Hey, this is Chris Jericho, and you're listening to Awesome Pod, the only wrestling pod that I listen to.
It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's Awesome Pod. It's Darcy the Mail Girl, Shorty Taylor, and Brendan Patrizzo. Explaining Dynamite and Rampage, we are here.
And Mistress Harley.
Welcome back, Raggedy Bitches. We are the Awesome Podcast, and we're not like other wrestling podcasts, in part because we do not wait for all of our co-hosts to show up before we start talking about wrestling.
Amen.
So, that's right. Currently, it is only I, Mistress Harley, dominatrix extraordinaire, with my long-lost but returned co-host, Darcy the Mail Girl, also Diana Prince. Welcome home.
Thank you. I was lost at sea, man.
Oh my God, you were on the Jericho Cruise, right?
I was. It was insane, and I am still literally recovering from it.
Well, okay, what was the best part? Like, I'm just putting you on the spot. Best part of the Jericho Cruise.
Best part is just, honestly, it's going to sound stupid, but the camaraderie of everybody, it felt like a big, silly family of like wrestling and horror. There are a lot of horror people there too. Just everybody being so cool and partying with each other like 4 days straight with like zero sleep. I'm not exaggerating. For me, it's like, okay, I am exaggerating a little bit, maybe like an hour of sleep a day, because it was just like non-stop.
Well, you do horror cons all the time, right? Was it the same vibe as like a horror con and late night partying at a hotel, but like on a boat?
A little bit, except that it never ends because it doesn't have to. You know what I mean? Like people, you know, the con starts up at 9, it ends at whatever. People go to their rooms. This is like everybody's in the main room just partying. Like there's bands all night, there's bars all night, there's fucking food all night, there's everything all night, all day, always. And then the people that like you watch, they're just hanging out, like Austin Gunn led a conga line to Africa like 3 nights in a row. And we all just conga to freaking Africa. Why not?
That sounds fun as hell. Like
it was. Powerhouse Hobbs, who I've never actually talked to in life, I don't think. Like, as soon as he saw me, gave me a big old hug. It's like, oh my God, it's so great to see you. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Oh, nice. Okay, how tall is he? Is he taller than you?
No.
No, it's okay to be honest. That's part of the fun of meeting wrestlers and hanging out with people that you see on TV. I'm a big fan of science fiction conventions and wrestling conventions. I can be seen lurking in the dark alleys of all of these places because they're just nonstop parties for fandom, and that feels fun. So I totally get the camaraderie that you're talking about.
It was super fun. And then there were theme nights, so people were dressed up for like prom one night, and we had dress up as your favorite wrestlers night, which I think at some point it said vintage wrestlers, which is what I had in my head. So me and the person I went with were Hollywood and Vine from Glow.
Yeah,
it's definitely not my favorite, but it's like, you know, it was fun.
No, I love theme nights and giving anybody an excuse to dress up. Like, let's be honest, it's not just wrestling fans. The world has been struck by a pandemic of slovenly dressers. If I see any more sweatpants and hoodies at a convention, like, you will be barred from my convention for life. But give people an excuse to cosplay or dress in drag or have fucking fun. Like, the point is to have fun. And so I think it's cool that there's an environment where it's like, okay, now you get to dress up. Now you get to cut a promo. Now you get to high five your favorite wrestlers and see wrestling at the high seas.
Yes. I mean, how fucking nuts is that? Everybody's just literally watching wrestling happen on a fucking boat with like the wind blowing, and like one night it was kind of stormy, and it was just like, this is bizarre and amazing, and I love it.
Okay, was there wrestling at any point where the boat was like tipsy-turvy enough that it affected the physics, where somebody went to do like an elbow drop and then the whole ring moved underneath them?
No, it was never that bad, but I've heard that happened on other cruises, but this one was just mild whatever waves.
Okay, and be honest. It can be as small as like the weather, but what was the worst thing about being on the cruise?
Probably feeling like you have to stay up. Like
Oh
I would
my
be like,
God.
it's like, can I just like take a nap? And it's like, no, you're gonna miss things. It's like, fine, I'll take some more sativa and let's go.
The FOMO, knowing that if you sleep, you might miss
But
the
you're
match
there.
or the show or the party.
Yeah, and you're only there for 4 days. It's like I can sleep now, basically.
It sounds a lot like the gathering of the Juggalos, which also hosts wrestling. There's Juggalo Championship Wrestling, and it has a lot of the faces and stars you see in other wrestling. So, like, that's hella
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Have you gone to that?
I have not personally gone to the gathering, but whoop whoop, I do occasionally go to an ICP show. I respect psychopathic clowns. It's a gimmick. It's just like wrestling. Two dudes were like, what if we started rapping as psychopathic clowns? I have to respect it. You know
Love
what I
it.
mean?
Of course.
Yes. And so Juggalo Championship Wrestling is psychopathic clown wrestling. So of course, like, it's got gimmicks. But that's hella cool. And so 4 days on the sea. Was the food good?
I was told it was. It's like they have buffets, they have different restaurants and stuff. I chose not to eat a ton.
Well, you're a vegan and you are beautiful.
There wasn't a lot for me, for sure.
I understand. Also, beautiful girls, we just don't eat giant IHOP meals. Like, gentlemen, sorry. Spoiler alert.
But you know, other people loved it. Other people were eating 24/7. I was just like, good for you.
No, that's part of the joy of the cruise for many people is the nonstop buffet. Oh, listeners, we have an addition. We have Johnny Taylor has joined the pod. He has entered the chat. How are you, Johnny?
This is the worst Wi-Fi I've ever had in any hotel room. This is by far. I'm tethered to my phone. It's good to be here. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was having technical difficulties. But it's good. Where are we at in the show?
We were
just
talking
recapping
about
Jericho Cruise.
Yeah, the Jericho Cruise. Do you have any questions for Darcy about the cruise? I've already asked her about wrestling, partying, food, and the weather.
You make it sound so exciting.
Was it fun?
Yes, Johnny. It was super fun.
It looked fun. From what I could tell, everybody was having a blast. So
no, it was super fucking fun. I literally think every single person on the boat enjoyed it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it looked outrageous and everything you would think the Jericho Cruise would be. So
yeah, and like I was saying, just like everybody felt like welcome. You know, everybody's hanging with everybody, which is very cool.
That sounds super cool.
Yeah.
So, but we have not yet gotten into Dynamite, so you are actually just on time, Johnny, regardless of your lateness. Scorn, shame. But we can talk about the January 31st Dynamite show, which took place at the UNO Lakefront Arena in New Orleans. Has anyone been there?
I have, when they were there last time.
Is it a nice arena? Does it have amenities?
Amenities? I don't know. It was nice. It was fun.
Okay. That counts as amenities.
What did you say, Johnny?
I said, what were the bathrooms like?
Oh, I'm sure they were great. I don't really remember.
Okay, well, listeners, if you were there, give us the @ and the hashtag #AwesomePod. But again, they start out so strong. They gave us a Jon Moxley, Jeff Hardy match and talk like two legends. I've seen them wrestle before, but I never get tired of it.
Dude, I thought this match was fucking awesome. This is the best Jeff Hardy singles match he's had in AEW, in my opinion.
Mr. Fishnet himself.
Yes.
He found his keys. He got in the car, made it to the arena. First off, great for Jeff Hardy. And then they had a match. And I thought that their styles, and I think this might be the first time that Jeff Hardy and Jon Moxley have ever had a singles match.
I agree. I think that they've had like tag matches before at the other show, but but it looked like a fight between two guys at the Jiffy Lube in 1998. And it was perfect. It was like a period piece. But Hardy did a dive off the apron. Like, it's not a Jeff Hardy match unless there's a dive.
Gotta have a dive.
But then, so then Jon Moxley beat Jeff Hardy, which, boo, I'm always rooting for the boy in fishnet. But then 4 luchadors attacked Mox after Hardy left the ring, which I appreciate. I thought, like, Lucha's revenge.
I appreciate anybody that attacks Jon Moxley, so go Luchas.
Lucha.
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 There was a lot of chanting on the Jericho Cruise.
I bet.
What was the most chanted thing, Darcy?
Honestly, thank you, Chris.
Aww.
Yeah, because everybody's just so having fun and grateful. So yeah,
I would have expected Y2J just because everywhere
that was
it's
there.
like, if you see Chris Jericho in the wild, there's someone screaming Y2J like every
and
time.
Trusty hates that. And second would be Razzle Dazzle. I think we got a lot of Razzle Dazzle chants.
All right. Brandon would have loved that.
I love it. That's so sweet. So, did you guys have any thoughts about the Jon Moxley, Jeff Hardy, 2 guys at a Jiffy Lube match?
I think you covered it, man.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. So I guess Jeff Hardy's a heel now because Moxley tried to shake his hand and then Jeff Hardy kind of like flipped him off.
Are we not sure that Jeff Hardy just isn't too good for the Jon Moxley handshake and rightfully gave him the finger?
He might be. My favorite part was Moxley's reaction to getting flipped off. He was genuinely shocked and stunned. Jeff Hardy didn't shake his hand. I'm like
I'm the bad guy, man.
I know. I was like, it is wrestling. I mean, they're not always going to shake your hand, bro. But yeah, that was good. I thought it was. I think it's cool that they're featuring Jeff Hardy a little bit more. I thought it was weird, interesting, not weird necessarily, that Matt Hardy kind of was walking out with him and then went to the back. So we were getting that Jeff Hardy heel run in 2024 that's been begging for.
This goes back to something we talked about before, which is like, is Jeff Hardy a heel? Has he ever been a heel? No, he's always been a delight.
It's true. I bet it'll be a delightful heel.
Is he not? Like, I kind of consider him a heel, really. No? I feel like he just seems so mean that I just automatically get heel energy from him, even if that's not technically what he's going for, I think.
To me, he seems like the sensitive boy in school that is bullied for wearing lipstick and nail polish, and all he wants to do is jump off of ladders and hang out with his brother in the backyard. But instead, everybody's like out to get Jeff for no reason, and he's sensitive.
This is not what I've gotten from him, but I like it that way. Like, I like picturing him this way.
I've been a fan of Jeff since the 90s. He's one of the first boys I ever saw in fishnet, and I was like, yes, I want more of that.
Nice. Well, yeah. You got more of it. He's not letting it go.
Fuck yeah, Mr. Fishnet. So after our like Moxley Mr. Fishnet match, we get a match between Hangman Adam Page and Toa Liona. And like, I like Toa Liona, but I know you guys like Hangman, right?
Johnny, you like Hangman?
I'm a Hangman guy. Yeah, I like Hangman.
The cowboy thing is just like so done. I don't know. Ride a horse. He
does ride a horse, man.
No, but into the ring.
He has
all the time.
Okay, I feel like that's not practical.
Okay, how about a donkey? How about like a llama? Anything.
Donkeys and llamas are not cowboy shit.
Okay, but
fucking llama into the ring.
In some places, llamas are what they got, you know. But ultimately, this comes back to our like Chris Statlander alien gimmick thing. It's like, you told me you're a cowboy. You better come to the ring dragging a cow.
I don't know, man. I feel like his just persona is just cowboy. He's just doing cowboy shit, man.
But you're vegan. Shouldn't you be against cowboys and all the animal torture?
You can be a vegan cowboy. You can just, herd them and give them love and feed them and pet them.
Out
Yeah.
there on the tofu ranges eating my
Yeah.
can of beans.
Exactly.
The vegan target. There's a gimmick there.
Yeah. So Hangman won in what was pretty much like a stiff squash match.
Which I'm
Yeah.
down with.
Yeah,
And-
I thought they made Hangman look real good in it while still not making, and he looked like he still looked incredible. But we all knew Hangman was gonna go over here.
This was another one where I thought Leona kicked his own ass. Like, yeah, he made Hangman look good, but really he was the one doing all the work. But that's just my opinion.
I think you're biased.
Am I?
A little bit.
Against
Yeah.
Cowboys? Yeah,
Yep.
it's true. You're right.
Guess who was super awesome on the cruise, by the way?
Who?
Orange Cassidy.
Wow, I
Oh.
bet he was.
Just
Was he-
saying. So
Was
much
he
hate.
wearing the same smelly pair of sweatpants?
He was not smelly at all.
Those are
I'm sure he
chicken.
has many pairs of those pants.
Okay, he's like the guy with 100 pairs of the exact same sweatpants.
Yes, that's the vibe I get.
Okay, that's like, now I think he's a nerd. All right, interesting.
Nerd cool. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
But speaking of like big muscly nerds, Wardlow another squash match.
Whoa.
Okay, boo Wardlow, boo this man, because
Why are we booing Wardlow? He's amazing.
you
He's
guys
so
know I love
good.
Commander. He murdered Commander, and Commander is a fabulous luchador that can walk the ropes. And Wardlow is just like a big beefy man who's like, I'm a man. And I don't
Dude, he
know.
threw him the fuck around. It was amazing.
He did. He did.
Fucking manhandled the fuck out of Commander.
Yeah, Commander was like a rag doll of a human.
Yes.
That's true.
And that's something we never seen in a Commander match. I was like blown away by that shit.
That's true, but it's what we see in the Wardlow matches all the time.
Yeah, and that's why we love him.
Oh, this man.
Wardlow. Wardlow.
I've been critical of Wardlow on this run that he's on, but this is the best he's looked, in my opinion, in months. He even he showed some personality. He was flexing and looked at himself in the
Oh
trunk.
yeah, pulling the Lex Luger
He's
shit.
got a little bit of personality. This is the best he's looked, but
Here's
Wardlow
the Wardlow
is-
that I would accept Wardlow if he goes full Rick Rude.
that'd be tight.
I feel like it might be there.
I mean, he's got the body to do it, but just embrace the I'm better than you. I have big muscles. I'm a sexy man. Because that is way more interesting than, the other thing that we've talked about to death.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think, get him, remember when Jake the Snake was fighting with Rick Rude, and then Rick Rude made out with Jake the Snake's wife?
Yes.
They got to bring that, bring that energy, have them just
Yes.
start with random people's wives. I think that would be awesome.
That makes people feel feelings, you guys.
I feel like we have to get that across to Tony. Tony's so against fucking storylines, basically.
I mean, some of the most legendary storylines are also the most offensive. Like Vince McMahon making out with another woman in front of Linda McMahon while she's in a wheelchair.
Too soon.
Yeah, but I mean, really though, that was something people watched and fucking talked about. Or Vince McMahon getting blown up in the limo, and then so many people called the cops that he had to call people and be like, hey, I'm not dead. But
that's amazing.
Yeah,
I know my ex-husband at the
story.
time was fully convinced he was dead. I'm like, dude, calm down. It's fine.
Yeah, even if he is dead, it doesn't matter. In the words of Gorilla Monsoon, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it would matter a little bit if he was dead.
Would it though?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay.
It would have changed a few things probably.
But I'm not saying that I'm responsible for anything, but sometimes if bad people drop dead for no reason, that's okay too. That's fine.
Okay, wow.
This is content you won't hear on other podcasts.
Yeah, right, you won't.
It's exclusive.
But let's talk about the wrestling, because our next match, if Jeff Hardy is Mr. Fishnet, Chris Jericho, Mr. Fantastic Jacket, versus Kyle Fletcher. Were there so many fantastic jackets on the cruise? Did he have a different fantastic jacket every night?
So he was all in on the themes. So if you look up his costumes on this cruise, he did amazing. He did his own costumes. He did a David Bowie thing that was just fucking
Yes,
phenomenal. Like, he was a shit. And that's a side note too. Like, so many people that were on the cruise and partying all the time went straight to New Orleans and put on the show for us. Like, fuck y'all. Like, you guys are committed. Kyle Fletcher was there. Jericho was there. Hobbs was there. Fucking Dawn was there. Like, it's like a lot of the crew from the boat came straight to Dynamite, which is amazing. I was like, I tapped out. I'm like, I'm going home.
Well, they were powered by the cruise. They were powered by the cruise. They took, yeah. But so my favorite part of this match was how Jericho had to chase away Don Callis, but every time, like, Callis always comes back. He's like a hot baby diaper, like a bad smell that you can't get rid of.
Accurate.
It's a hot baby diaper.
Yeah, you know, just that he lingers in a way that even when he's gone, you know he's going to be back.
Yeah, that's a metaphor that you won't get on a wrestling podcast. I will never not think of him as a hot baby diaper now.
You're welcome. What do I say? If you don't come with a gimmick, I'll give you one, hot baby diaper Don Callis. So, long story short, Jericho won, and he did 2 different Judas effects to get the pin, which was awesome. We were just talking about variations of pins and wrestling moves on the last podcast with Brendan.
Were you? It doesn't seem like something Brendan would be talking about.
Oh, yeah, Darcy, you missed it. I totally was so high. I was like, yeah, you know how Bret Michaels does the sharpshooter?
Poison's Bret Michaels.
I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought Fletcher's dive into the Judas effect looked fucking awesome. And I thought Kyle Fletcher sold the shit out of it.
It did look good, and the timing was perfect.
Yeah, this was a really good match. Kyle Fletcher, he's going to be a big star, I think.
Agreed.
Absolutely. That Hurricane Rana from the top rope was incredible, which, for those of you at home, that's the Master Blaster to teabag head scissors takedown.
Perfect.
Very good.
Yeah. I mean, for those of you who haven't watched Mad Max, you're not going to know what the shit I'm talking about. But who cares? Watch Mad Max. The next match was a women's match. Deonna Purrazzo versus Taya Valkyrie, who I am happy to see back.
Look at you saying the name. Both of them were on the cruise too, by the way.
Yeah, Brendan schooled me a little bit in how to say Italian names. So
nice.
But and Toni Storm was on commentary, which was always a delight. And so even after Purrazzo won, she immediately is taunting Storm, and Storm is like offended. How dare you? How dare you?
She was talking about anal beads and shit. Love Toni Storm. Oh my goodness.
She is a delight. Keep her on commentary. Like, I love her as a wrestler, but like, can we also have her on commentary? Can we have both?
I am so down with that, please.
Yeah, Toni Storm can do no wrong in my eyes. I think every segment she's on is one of the most notable segments of the show. Her character works amazing, and I also love Deonna Purrazzo. This wasn't a super competitive match. I thought, Taya Valkyrie really, they threw her to the wolves, but them building up to Deonna Purrazzo and Toni Storm, a Revolution, is fucking sick. And they have so much history there, and they're going to put on a really good match.
Well, and did you see Storm's reaction to Taya and Johnny making out? Like, she was just like, this is not appropriate, which was perfect character work.
Yeah, she's great. A treasure. Protect her at all costs.
I think that on Dress Like Your Favorite Wrestler night on the Jericho Cruise, the most dressed up like person was Tony Storm.
I believe it because
There are
the
quite a
outfits,
few Tony Storms.
the outfits are period and kind of easy to do, like thrift store style. And then as long as you do black and white makeup, you're perfect.
Yeah. And the short blonde wig gave it all away for sure.
Oh, yes. Yes, I love it. Although I would have done Abaddon personally.
Abaddon was also on the cruise. She would have liked to see that.
Oh my God. I want like triple Abaddons wandering around screaming at
Aww,
people. How
next year.
delightful. But okay, the main event, Samoa Joe was on commentary. Hangman got to choose Swerve Strickland's opponent. And okay, they teased that it was going to be RVD, but I thought, no, they're going to take it away from me. But then it was RVD the whole fucking show. I also love Rob Van Dam, you guys. He smokes
too.
weed. He always has fantastic ring gear, and he just seems cool.
He does.
Otherwise-
I felt like maybe it wasn't the most competitive person he could have chosen for Swerve, but a good match nonetheless.
Well, he's a hardcore legend, though. It was like a hardcore
I know, but if
match.
you're sincerely trying to like punish Swerve and take him down, maybe not the first person you go to. But also, side note, Swerve was on the cruise and he was fucking fun.
You know what, Darcy? You bring up a good point that, like, if you want to punish Swerve, you don't put him with a ring master like Rob Van Dam.
I would have picked just like the baddest dude I possibly could in the locker room.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was expecting, and I was like, okay, this is fine too.
I want them to be more real about Rob Van Dam and the kind of guy he is. Like, show me the cinematic cutscene where him and Swerve are like smoking a joint outside, and then Rob Van Dam fucking hits him with a trash can. Like, that's something
that'd be great.
You won't see it on the WWE, and weed is legal in a lot of places, you guys.
Most places.
Yeah. And
where I go, it's legal.
There was also Brian Cage interference and then Hook interference.
Yes, Hook.
So it was like, what do we think they're building to their beef-wise?
Well, I mean, Swerve and Hangman are going for the fourth in the saga next week on Dynamite, and the winner gets Samoa Joe. And I pray, and I love Hangman. Fucking put Swerve in the event of Revolution. Put the belt on Swerve Strickland.
Yes, seconded.
Do it.
I feel like it's gonna happen.
Tony Khan, are you listening? Put the belt on Swerve.
Of course he is.
Also, Tony Khan, if you're listening, please call me. So ultimately, Samoa Joe on commentary, he's always funny. To me, he's funny because he's kind of a huge, terrifying dude. And then he says things like, these guys are really fighting. Like,
no, I'm always taken aback by like how silly he is. You know, he's really intimidating looking, but he's very silly.
He seems like it. He seems a little bit like a teddy bear. He's swerving dangerously into teddy bear territory.
Aw, he's a big teddy bear for sure.
Just kind of teddy bear. I like it.
But okay, so does that mean Swerve is gonna fight Brian Cage like Hook?
Swerve fight Brian Cage? I don't think so. Why would he do that?
Well, I don't know. There's so much interference.
But they're like they're partnery. They're related.
I mean, yeah, related.
They're brothers.
They're brothers. Different moms.
Both like unknown sons of Ric Flair. That's what I want.
Probably. That's how I see it.
Yeah. They all come from the Ric Flair family tree.
Everybody claims to be an Anderson, so why not?
Hey, make that storyline happen. I'm down.
Yeah, you know, you guys know I love AEW. I just want more story. I need more moms. I need more kids. I need more wives. I need more beefs beyond
We
like.
gotta get that message to Tony. He's so anti that. He's so like, let the wrestling speak for itself. Fuck that noise.
I
Give us
mean,
stories.
People like wrestling for stories. They do.
Yes, man.
It's been proven.
You can still have good matches with stories.
Oh yeah.
yeah, you have to just write around the good matches. Like, it's not that hard to give me a reason, even fake Twitter shit or anything. Just give me a reason that people have beef. Like, you don't have to make it political or touchy or offensive. You can have those like Magic Man versus IRS. Like, on the last episode, I think, no, a different podcast, I was talking about how the IRS, a villain in old WWE, is so perfect because everyone hates them. Everyone hates the IRS. And
So true.
so it's easy to write story for characters like that. And if we get stories, we'll talk about it more and we'll speculate more. It's like a soap opera.
Right.
Yes.
It's
I love that shit, and we need more of it for sure.
when I look back on last year of AEW, I don't think of the Continental Classic. I didn't hate the Continental Classic, but I think about Adam Cole and MJF. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that storyline for like 4 or 5 months was probably the hottest storyline, not just in AEW but all of wrestling, in my opinion.
Wow.
And it was all based on a story, and that's what makes wrestling amazing, is the stories.
Absolutely. And even the way that they did the beef with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage and Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne's mom, like that's
Yeah.
the kind of stuff that we
Right.
all talk about. And even, years later, one of the reasons Dominic Mysterio gets such a reaction at the WWE is because everyone remembers this baby on a pole match between Rey Mysterio and lie, cheat, steal Eddie Guerrero. And if you haven't seen it, everyone goes onto YouTube and watches the baby on a pole match. So, it's like, that's the stuff that makes shit memorable.
Completely. I completely agree.
Agreed. Even the Swerve and Hangman things, because he
Yep.
went in and threatened his little baby. So
That's
even,
right.
Even a minor story like that, like it gives us a reason. Like, Hangman is powered by this, not just, I don't like you, Swerve.
And
you threatened my family.
Yeah, and I appreciated even the RVD match is like, okay, it's a hardcore match. Okay, I know why it's a hardcore match, because RVD is like the hardcore title guy. Like, it makes sense to those of us who've been watching all of the shows for a long time. And so just like work a little bit more of it in. I just want a little bit more icing on this cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's get that icing.
Good storylines create better matches because there's more stakes. You know why they're fighting.
Yes.
And I think Tony Khan sometimes he's like, well, our stakes will be built around fighting for the title. So he has 15 titles. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You fight belt inflation by giving people other things to care about, by giving them factions, making them side with the boss or side with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, that's how you get people to buy in emotionally. And all sports entertainment is emotional gambling. It is a place where you can safely put your feelings and scream at a dude and cheer for a dude, and you're not hurting anybody. You're not burning down anyone's house or some shit. You're just yelling at some guy with a dumb shirt on. And it's like the safest way to let men experience their natural testosterone aggression by channeling it towards the wrestling.
Very well put. I agree. So hopefully they'll listen, and hopefully we'll get some more stories going.
Fuck yeah. So shall we do a rating system? What is our rating system? Should it be fishnet shirts or Jericho jackets?
Let's do fishnet shirts. You're so into that.
Fucking hot baby diapers.
Hot baby diapers. That has to be.
Hot baby.
All right, but then even 5 out of 5 hot baby diapers, you guys, that's not good. I would want one hot baby diaper. That's
Okay, that is a little bit
That's a good point.
counterintuitive, I
That
suppose.
is fair.
it's like piloting an airplane where up is down and down is up.
Okay,
So
we'll do fishnet shirts because we are too stoned and stupid to make
fuck
sense
yeah.
of that one. So.
Fishnet shirts. Okay, out of 5 fishnet shirts, I got a bunch of legends, like people I really liked on this show. I got Jeff Hardy, I got Rob Van Dam, I got Jericho, I got Swerve Strickland. Okay, John Moxley, but I give it 4 fishnet shirts.
4 for me too.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. A pretty good episode. I'm not gonna go 4. I'll go 3 3/4 fishnet shirts. But it was pretty good. Pretty good
Only
show.
boys at the gay club know what 3/4 of a fishnet shirt looks like.
That's the truth.
So, what about our hero of the week?
Okay, the Dewey Riley Hero of the Week award. I wrote down Orange Cassidy and Hook because they both came out to help people. Hook came out during, the main event, and I don't actually remember when Orange Cassidy came out. I just remember like, yay, Orange Cassidy to the rescue. Do you guys remember when he came running out?
He did.
Do you remember when though? What match was it?
No, I kind of tune out Orange Cassidy.
I need to take better notes. But he came out, he was being all heroic, and he stood there and did stuff. So
wait, you're telling me how great it was, and you don't remember what match it was during or what he did?
I watched a lot of wrestling this week. I don't remember which one was on the show. What, Johnny?
Could have happened on the cruise. We don't know.
No, I know it happened to Dynamite because my note says Orange is awesome. My thorough note.
Oh, fair.
Please see paragraph 3, citation B in Darcy's notes. Orange is awesome.
At some point, he came
to the court
to protect somebody, and that was cool.
Johnny, who was your hero of the week?
We didn't talk about it, but Darby and Sting had a little sit down.
Oh yeah.
With Big Billy Starks, and I thought this was super solid. Like the whole segment, I dug, but I thought Sting came off really, really good in this. So I'm gonna actually go hero of the week, Sting, because it made me really give a fuck about the fact that they. I think they're gonna get those tag titles, and then I think they're gonna drop them to the Young Bucks at Revolution. So it's gonna be good shit.
I like Sting and Darby Allin, but also fuck the Bucks. I kind of ignored that part because I was like, oh, the Bucks. And then I went to the bathroom. My hero of the week is Rob Van Dam, the whole fucking show, the hardcore title champion, and also like the only guy who represents weed smokers in wrestling. Yeah, we need that. We need more.
He's not the only guy. Wardlow always talks about it.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's always like whining about his old boss or whatever. So I never.
That's why he has to get high.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's a broken man. Yeah. But that brings us to our Christian Cage Dick of the Week award.
Or John Holmes, however you want to look at it.
Sure.
I just got to go with the whole Don Callis family, man. They were out there trying to take Jericho the fuck out, and I'm sick of this shit. They're always fucking ganging up on him.
Yeah,
calm down, Don Callis family.
Steaming fucking baby diaper Don Callis. I agree.
But not just him, this whole fucking group. Like, he's leading this fucking group of terrorists that's just attacking Jericho constantly.
They are wrestling terrorists. That's right.
I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with that. I actually agree that the Callis family is the biggest dicks of the week. But I got to give an honorable mention to the fact that having the Bullet Club Gold and the Acclaimed together, like, it's dumb.
What? No way.
I hate
Bang
it.
Bang Scissor Gang is dumb.
I hate it. Bullet Club goals should be heels. There's also so much history with the Acclaimed and the Guns. They fucking hate each other. The jealousy. Putting them together seems so weird to me. I do not like it.
I feel like it's a setup for the Acclaimed to completely dominate them with their scissor powers, and I'm hoping that that's where it's going.
Maybe the
To
Acclaimed
be
turn heel. I don't know. Like,
well, you got to
maybe
get close to your enemy so you can destroy them from within. Sun Tzu's Art of War.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't love it.
I'm writing it out. Like it's fun to say Bang Bang Scissor Gang right now, so I'm gonna see where it goes.
I like
What if it gets romantic, you guys?
What, Harley?
I said, what if it gets romantic?
Well,
I mean,
clearly we're down for that.
Yeah, I'm always down. If it's really like they're getting together because they all want to fuck, that's a storyline.
Bang Bang Scissor Gang, they're telling us right there.
Dear wrestling, give me what I want.
This is a storyline we're craving.
I mean, they set it up. I'm just reading the tea leaves.
So true.
Okay, so what's our next award?
Freddie versus Jason, match or showdown of the week.
I don't know, you guys. There were some really good matches.
I know.
I'm torn between Mox and Hardy and Swerve and RVD. I'm torn. Tie.
I'm torn between Jericho and Swerve. Because I feel like I have to give the edge to Jericho because he just got off like fucking that cruise and then put up that amazing match. You know what I mean? Like he was exhausted as shit and still fucking kicked ass. So I think I got to give it to him and Kyle Fletcher.
That's true. Yeah. It was a good match.
It was good. Yeah, there wasn't really a bad match on the whole show.
True.
But I think I would probably, as far as match goes, I would go with the opener, Moxley and Hardy. But showdown wise, I'm here for Jericho and Takeshita. Like,
ooh, yeah. Excited for next week.
Yeah, Takeshita having the stare down with Jericho. And, people that haven't seen the match they did in Japan is so fantastic.
Yes. So fucking good, man.
Yeah, one of my favorite matches of the whole year. So I'm really looking forward to that. So as far as like kind of a teaser showdown, I would go with Jericho and Takeshita.
Love that.
Ooh, yeah, teaser showdown.
Well, all right. Well, we're up to Ric Flair fashion icon of the week.
I mean, we rated it in fishnet shirts, so I give it to Jeff Hardy.
I second it. I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy, too. I thought he looked cool.
All right. I'm going with Jericho in his David Bowie outfit, which you can see online. There's plenty of footage. There's actually a lot of hate online. Like there's just like this whole group of people that want to hate on Jericho no matter what he does. He's out here living his fucking best life, and I'm fucking here for it.
So if you're famous, people hate you. They're just always haters. It's
had a blast. He's fucking headlining his own fucking cruise that's sold out, being fucking David Bowie, living the dream. Like, fuck off. He looked amazing. He did his own makeup, put together his own outfit.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. So he's my fashion icon of the week.
And I want
this week, technically.
I want more boys wearing makeup and doing their own makeup because, like, look fun, have fun, look fashionable. Do David Bowie. So yeah, I love that.
All right, did we do it?
We have done it. Brendan said he would show up, but he hasn't. So when I find him, I will punish him severely. But until then, I guess we have to do promos. Darcy, don't you have a Joe Bob special on Shudder and AMC Plus coming out?
I do indeed. February 9th, we have a double feature for Valentine's Day.
Ooh, bring a date or go yourself. Either way, there's sure to be terror.
It's a big group date. Everyone's invited.
Oh, it's a big group date. Terrifying.
Yes. I might be orchestrating a little shout out to you.
Oh, well, I'll be your Valentine then.
Yay.
Johnny, do you have anything to promote?
Yeah, I'm going to be Johnny Taylor and Friends at the Sacramento Punchline, February 7th. That's next Wednesday. So check it out. If you can't, go because you're watching Dynamite, that would be my only excuse not to show up. And then I'm headlining Comedy Bar in Seattle, Washington, March 15th. And then I'm with Brian Posehn at the Neptune Theater in Seattle, March 16th. So come out if you're in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a busy schedule in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, we're doing it.
I am Mistress Harley. I continue to be Mistress Harley. I am the dominatrix of the internet, the tech dom. I developed high-tech domination. I take over men's computers, bank accounts, and their lives. If you want to know more about it, I don't know, read the article in Playboy or watch the documentary in Engadget or whatever. I'm on the internet, or you can find me on mistressharley.com. Shall we say Namaste W?
Ooh, we
Good
shall.
job, Mr. Harley. Namaste, W.
Namaste, W.